Good evening, coaches. Today is Monday. Oh, I sound like Sandy. Today is Monday, October 17th, and I'm excited for tonight's call because we have one of our favorite people in the world with us today. But before I turn it over to Carlos, I want to go ahead and just mention once again that we will be doing the Team Spirit, and we're super excited. The leaders have already started some conversations, and this week, actually tomorrow, we're going to start brainstorming on things that we can do as a team because we have a huge goal, and it's to literally have Team Faith Dynasty in the corporate office. Carlos, you're corporate and you're here. We're
Awesome.
going to brainstorm, and we're going to represent so hard. I don't know how, but we're going to make it happen.
Of course.
We have creative minds in our team. So conversations are going to start happening tomorrow. And so be on the lookout, ladies, because we are super excited. We want everybody's input. This is not the diamonds giving down input. We want everybody participating. So we're excited. So we're going to start discussing everything as of tomorrow. So that's pretty much the only announcement I have for today. I do want to give a shout out to Christina, who is a brand new coach. She's been coaching for literally, she hasn't even started new coach camp yet. She's starting tonight. And so she's here on the call. Mi amiguita de Orlando. I love her to death. We've been in ministry for years together, and she decided to join our team. So I'm super excited. And then we also have Jackie here. I don't know if I've seen Jackie on our call before, but she's here. So hi, Jackie.
Hi.
Your pretty face. So thank you, ladies, for hopping on. Everybody else, you guys are regulars, and I love seeing your face every single day. Oh, and Barbara just hopped on. Interesting fact about Barbara. Barbara, welcome. This is her first time being on our team call as well. She's been coaching for less than a week, and she's already an Emerald. She'll be announced officially on Thursday, but today we had our first GSR, and I'm like, you haven't realized this, but you just went up in rank. So super awesome. In less than a week, she accomplished something that usually takes a coach 2 to 3 weeks to accomplish. So super awesome for her. Barbara, welcome, and it's so glad to have you here tonight. So without further ado, I want to introduce somebody that has become one of my mentors. This guy I love just getting random messages from him like, hey, Mel, I heard this. This happened last week, true story. And I told you, Carlos, I would share with my team, and I forgot, but I promise you I will. Last week, he heard something, really great teaching from Stephen Covey, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And I will share it with you guys. It was so good. And this is what I got from him. Mel, I listened to this, and by the 35-minute mark, I thought of you. Listen to this. And I'm like, and that's what I love. I love when people just think of you when they listen to something. That's when you know people take the time to hear you out, hear your story, and they hear your why, and they know you. They just start getting to know you. And that's Carlos. So for those of you that don't know Carlos has been with Team Beachbody for almost a year now. I believe in December is a year, correct?
Yeah, December 10th.
Almost a year. Carlos is the general manager from the Latino market, Team Beachbody Latino market. He has done a phenomenal job. So many amazing and great changes have happened already, and it's only been 9 months. And we love him here in Puerto Rico. We love him everywhere in the States. But here in Puerto Rico, Carlos is very, very special to us. Every time he comes, he just leaves a piece of his legacy here. And every time he speaks on our team call, he just leaves another piece of his legacy as well. Monica can tell you, Monica's always life change for her, every time he speaks. So it's so great to have you one more time with us with a whole new faces, Carlos, like I told you. Yeah. So without further ado, I present to you guys Carlos. Carlos, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you so much, Melanie. It's always a pleasure to be with you guys. It's amazing. I love the energy. Me encanta estar con ustedes. I really do. For me, coaches have such an amazing impact on people, on society, families. And every time I have a chance to get in a call like this and think of what you're doing out there. I mean, some of you are very new, like Barbara, right? But let me tell you, I love what Beachbody is doing. We really are helping people find a solution to a problem that they've been facing for years, and a problem that sometimes has them depressed or 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 unhappy with where they're at. And I know that many of you felt that way before they met or they found the solutions that Beachbody has offered you. And now your main driver is to help others. And I love that fact also. So what I wanted to do today is basically share with you guys an experience I had in southern Chile and Argentina in the Patagonia. And you know that flag that back there that you guys have seen it before, that flag, I got it during this trip that I'm going to be telling you about. And why and how is it that I relate it to coaching, and how do I relate it to the business that we're engaged in? I found something very interesting as I was going up the mountains, and I will tell you what this is. But before I go on, let me tell you that we're entering this this month of November. We usually have a team cup, and we're replacing team cup with the team spirit. I don't know if you've seen that the advertising, and it's going phenomenal. If you are going to be participating and wanting some of those Success Club prizes for November, make sure you enroll, you sign up as part of a team, or you can do it on your own. Of course, I would recommend to do it as a team. In fact, today's topic is why is it important to work as a team? And yeah, so that's what I had in my mind. Also, this week, we're going to be getting together with at the Leadership Retreat in San Diego with some of the finest, most successful coaches we've had this year. And it's going to be a phenomenal opportunity because we're going to be together with hundreds of coaches from all over the network, Canada, the US, Puerto Rico. And the fun thing is we have about 19 coaches, Latino coaches who are going to be there. And it's going to be very cool. So we're going to be doing some live videos so we can show you what this is about and set your sights. So maybe next year you will be invited, because that event is by invitation only, and you have to qualify, and it's actually pretty tough to qualify. But I know that some of you will do it. Melanie will be there next year. I know you will be, Melanie, and it's going to be awesome to see a couple of you there too. So, having said that, very interesting to know that I'm someone that's sort of driven. I like to achieve things. I just like to go out there. I'm a little crazy. And one of the things that I've been thinking, having in my mind for many, many years, is the idea of going to southern Chile. That's where I'm originally from. I'm from Chile. And to visit a region of the world which we call Patagonia, which is just big mountains, amazing lakes, and then where basically the Atlantic Ocean meets the Pacific Ocean in Cape Horn or Cabo de Hornos. So, and it's a beautiful area of the world. There are very, very few people who live there. And I just wanted to go there. I've read about it since I was a kid. And you know what? A couple of years ago, I got together with a friend who's a very well-known photographer, a renowned photographer. His name is Willie. And Willie said, Carlos, I know that you've been with my dad. I've been with his dad in other photography trips. I said, I would like you to come with me and let's go to Patagonia. And I said, well, maybe we can make it work. So we were bouncing dates back and forth. And also that goes to another training about goal setting, the importance of setting a date. Until last year, around October, before I joined Beachbody, we set a date of going to Patagonia, March 2016. And that was before meeting any of you guys and before knowing what we were going to be doing. And it happened to coincide with the cruise. So when most of the coaches were out on a cruise, I took that week and a half off, and I went to Patagonia to fulfill one of my childhood dreams, which was to go up in the mountains there and get to see the beauty of the creations of this beautiful world that was given to us, by a loving Heavenly Father, I guess. I'm going to put it that way. So when I had that opportunity to say, okay, I'm going to take it and I'm going to start preparing. And I said to myself, okay, I'm going to exercise. And one of the first things I did, when I joined Beachbody, is I started losing weight. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I've lost about 25 pounds with the Beachbody. And I love it because I feel super comfortable. I feel more energetic. I'm ready to go. But the cool thing is that I was keeping in my mind that the reason why I wanted to lose weight is because I could go on the strip and not be a burden to my partners, to my travel companions, and achieve my goals. So what I'm going to do now is actually show you a couple pictures and show you what I learned during this trip. I learned many, many things, but the one thing we're going to focus today about is a word that is used in the sporting world. It's called cadence. Cadence. I don't know if you've heard it before. Cadence, and cadence refers to rhythm, and it's very interesting because as I was studying and learning about cadence, our bodies love cadence, guys. They love it because if you put your hand on your chest, or you let your children put their ear on your chest, they will hear the beat, how your heart is beating. And there's always a cadence. There's always a rhythm. And our bodies, they just love that. They thrive on it. And it's very interesting that when I was training or preparing to go up on the strip and analyzing how high we were going to go from sea level to 900 meters up high, which is a lot, in 4 kilometers, which would be about 2.5 miles. So basically we're going from sea level all the way up this mountain and in a very steep climb. So I didn't want to be left behind. So I was training, I was practicing, I was getting ready for this. And I thought I could do it alone. Basically, I said to myself, maybe these guys, because they're going to be heavy with their packs, carrying photography equipment, they're going to be taking this awesome tripods and this big camera so they can take awesome pictures. I was just taking my phone, so I didn't care about that heavy stuff. But I was thinking to myself, maybe these guys are going to be left behind, but I'm just going to go and try to get all the way up to the top. And so what I'm going to do now, I want you to take a look at some of the pictures we took. And I'm going to do that by sharing my screen, okay? So share screen. Okay, so now, guys, you have to tell me, okay, if you can see it, okay? Okay, can you see it, Melanie? Cool. Okay, so this picture is a picture of my goal. You see those two horns that are in between, that little area? Behind those mountains is an area called Torres del Paine. And I really wanted to get there. I mean, this is a picture I've seen since I was a kid. And I said, someday I'm going to get there. But that's super high up there. And so I had to work out. I had to prepare. Look at this picture from a boat of that area, of those horns there in between. They're super high up there. And, this is a picture of what I use for energy and power. You like that picture, guys? Shakeology. See? It really helped me a lot. Really, guys, we were measuring because we had to pack everything in. Our water, our food, everything, and pack everything out too. So, of course, I took everything with me because this is a national park and super pristine. And so everything was basically, we put it in our packs and we took it. So I took Shakeology as a way to feed my body as I was burning thousands of calories a day. This is a picture I took, a selfie, of course, with the mountain in the back. Right? But this is one of the things I wanted to see. I wanted to see the beauty of nature and see this water that is so pure. It's just coming from a glacier, guys, up in the mountains. You can drink right from it. I mean, it's super pure, super good, and it's just beautiful. And this is at the bottom of a ravine on the way up to the mountains. The national park guards. I mean, these guys would put up these little bridges and things for us to go. But I wanted to see the size of those packs that we were carrying because we had everything. All our lives were there. Everything we had. I mean, everything we owned was there. And then another picture of the little trails we're following. And you can't really see here, but there's a steep cut. I mean, you drop about 1,000 to 1,500 meters down on this. You were basically on the side of the mountain. And this is a picture of one of the areas I wanted to look at. It's a beautiful valley. It's gorgeous. And we were just basically trying to get there as fast as we could because my friends being photographers, they had two things in mind. One of them is lighting. They want to make sure that the lighting is perfect. So they wanted to get there before the sun came up. And second, also people. Even though up in the mountain there were only about 50-some people at a time, we still wanted to get pictures without people in them. So we had to be always the first to get up there. So these pictures are basically the result of those efforts. And one of the things I wanted to show you here is that this picture is from the top of one of the mountains that we conquered in one day. And down below, if you can see down below, there's a lake, and that lake is about 100 meters above sea level. And where I'm standing is about 850 meters above sea level. And if you see down, we just came up in about a mile and a half. We just came straight up the mountain. And guys, you know what? I thought I was prepared. I thought I was ready to go. I thought I knew exactly what I was going to do, and I was ready. I was committed. And when we started walking, and this is what I want to share with you. When we started walking, my friends were ahead, and I was right behind them. And we started walking, and it got a little tough. And, I said, well, it's getting tough, but these guys have been around for a while. I mean, they've been coaching for about a year, so these guys are just moving forward, right? And I said to myself, I'm going to catch up with them. I'm going to fix up my equipment, and I'm going to catch up with them. But then what happened is something very interesting. I mean, I was the youngest in the group, right? I guess in a way, I thought I was in the better shape. Not because I was in really better shape, but I had less equipment to carry. But something interesting happened that because I was alone in the mountain, and I could see my partners ahead a couple hundred meters in front. I could see them there moving, both of them just walking, but I couldn't catch up with them. Even though I was going faster than I thought I was going to do it, I was trying to rush to get to them. I could not catch up with them. So it became a little frustrating because I was thinking, well, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm doing it. I'm putting forth the effort. I'm putting that step in front of me, and I'm running. And when the wind comes, I huddle down a bit because the wind was blowing so hard, guys, it would drop you off the mountain, right? But so I was doing everything I was supposed to, but I wasn't catching up with them. And then I came around the mountain, and then I found them. They were there, and they were waiting for me. And I said, Carlos, we're waiting for you because first of all, we want to make sure that you're okay. And second is because we learned something. We've been doing this for many years. These guys have been taking pictures for many years. And one of the things we learned is that the importance of cadence, the importance of a rhythm. And they said, I'm sure you've heard of this before. But yeah, the thing is this: when you synchronize your efforts, when you synchronize your rhythm to the rhythm of a leader, it seems and it is easier for you to stay going at the same rhythm as this other person. Now, when that was taught to me, it was already late at night. We set up a camp, we went to bed. But we woke up at 3 a.m. We woke up 3 a.m. so we could go up the mountain, start taking the pictures I'm going to show you in a minute. We really wanted to do this. But this time I said, okay, I'm going to follow these guys. I'm going to make sure I'm going to stay right behind them. And when we got up at 3 a.m, and what happened was the following. We were super focused. And I would put my you can hear anything, by the way. It's beautiful. It's just the wind just howling, right? And the only thing you could hear is the steps. Is our stepping on the rocks or on those mountain pathways. And we got to it, and we start going, and we hiked. We went up pretty much straight up about 350 meters in less than half an hour. When we got to the top, I was amazed. I said to him, and by the way, it was completely dark. This picture was taken way after we got there. It's completely dark. And I said, hey, Willie, so what happened? How come we got here so quickly? And I said, dude, what happens is that we got in this cadence and we got in this rhythm that I told him, I was focused on your step. As soon as I saw your foot going down and hitting the mountain, I would make sure that my foot was right after it. So we could hear almost like this noise of where both feet almost hitting at the same time. Of course, one of them was ahead, the other one was behind. I was behind following. And he said to me, you know what? And the fact that I could hear your step behind me, right behind me, made me set that pace. So we basically marched up this mountain in half an hour. It was supposed to take us about an hour and a half to get up there. And we had an opportunity to get the most beautiful pictures I've ever taken in my life. So check this out. You see how you can see on this side here, I guess you have the picture of the there you go. Down below to your left is where we came from. Then we went around this mountain and then into this little lake area to take a picture of those towers. That's what they call it, Torres del Paine, the Paine Towers, right? It's 3 towers. And it's very interesting because we got up there and it was super dark. This is the picture actually of when the sun actually hit it, and that's what he wanted. He wanted the sun to hit the towers so they could shine, you know. And that's another. This is one of the actual pictures that he took from that area. This picture I took of him taking the picture. But something else interesting happened is that because we had our goal to get there before the sun came up, we were able to accomplish another goal we had, and it was the goal of taking a picture of the Milky Way with it. And the Southern Cross is right there. You know, the Southern Cross also is what is represented on the flag up there. See? It's a cross that the sailors used so they could find their way in the southern hemisphere as they would come around South America and into North America on the Pacific side. Those stars there are immovable. They're always there, and the sailor can always count that it's there. So our goal was, hey, we're gonna hurry up. We're gonna sacrifice. We're gonna work hard so we can get up there and take a picture of the mountains with the Milky Way up there. And we did it. And I'm super happy to tell you that it was a we. At the beginning, I really thought to myself, hey, you know what? I can do this. You know, I'm actually, there you go. Okay, cool. I'm young enough. I'm about 7 or 8 years younger than these guys, and I'm strong now that I have Beachbody, and I can do this. So I just went at it. But what I realized is that maybe I wasn't quite used to the rhythm, or I didn't have the social aspect that is very necessary for you to achieve goals. And as I was studying that over these months, I realized that athletes that run marathons do the same thing. People that run the 200, 300, or 1,000 flat races on the Olympics do the same thing too. They have this cadence. They have another athlete that's helping them set the pace, and at the very end is when they sprint forth and they win. So I said to myself, how can we relate this to what we're doing? And it comes down to basically that. This coaching business, the idea of helping others, needs for you to be very constant, to have a rhythm to what you do. Constant. Your customers and clients need and deserve that. They need you to know that you're going to be that Southern Cross, that you're always going to be there. You're always going to be posting your picture. You're always going to be talking about nutrition that you're getting. You're going to be providing them with trainings on personal development. They need you to do that. But the interesting thing is this: for you to actually do that, most people think that Melanie is maybe just doing this by herself. But the reality is not. You need a team to help you do this. Whether it's following, like I was with Willie, or someone who's your success partner, who you can call and say, hey, this is what I'm doing, and create that rhythm. For this business to be successful, you must create a rhythm of activities and and things that you do from day to day, so you can create a cadence with your customers, but also with your coaches. But the only way for you to be able to do that is for you to synchronize your heartbeat, synchronize that step that you're giving to the person that you consider to be your coach, or the person you consider to be your success partner. So that's what I wanted to share with you. I mean, if I would have had the same performance I did the day before, okay, we were late about 2 hours to our goal. The day we wanted to take the pictures, those beautiful pictures I showed you, we wouldn't have made it. We wouldn't have been able to see the sun hitting the rocks, or take a picture of the Milky Way, because the sun had already been up there. The only way we were able to achieve that is because we said, hey, you know what? Let's create a rhythm and let's go with it. And that's how we did it. Guys, I know this is super important. I know that right now is a time when people may not be super focused on their weight goals or the fitness goals. But that does not mean that you're not going to be completely focused on setting that rhythm for those who are ready and willing. It is a time when people say, well, you know what, the holidays are coming, so it doesn't matter. I'm just going to let it go for a bit. Let me tell you, people are following you, and they need you to give that rhythm. And if you want to keep that rhythm, you have to be involved in this kind of activities. You must be participating in this kind of events that Melanie is providing and the team is providing, because I promise that's where you're going to get that rhythm that you need to go on with your own business. So that's what I wanted to share with you. And let me tell you, 2016 is around the corner. And for you to achieve the goals you want, I mean, I know that last training you had as a team, you were talking about goal setting, right? And your best 12 weeks. Was that what it was, Melanie? Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing the 12-week year.
Exactly. So what I tell you is this: what I add to those trainings that you're participating on right now is like, yeah, set your goals, set what you're gonna do, but make sure that you get into the rhythm of the team, the rhythm of your coach, or the rhythm of your success partner, so you can do this together. Once again, it's way better to rely on and find strength on a partner than trying to go at it alone, because alone we're not going to do it. Cadence comes from the we, and that's what I wanted to share with you guys, that if you want to have that rhythm in your life, you need to know that we have to do it together. So Melanie, thanks so much for the time. I hope you enjoyed this thought, and you can see, I'm pretty sure, you guys, I mean, if I were to ask and open up the mic, you always say, you know what, it's true. When I do things with a team, they're easier. They seem like to be easier, or we get to the goal faster as we do it together rather than do it by ourselves. So, Melanie, if you have any questions or comments about this.
Thank you, Carlos. We needed this. We usually give, these trainings on how to, and I think that it's important to kind of sit back and get something where we can reflect, especially now when we are in the end of the year. There's a lot of goal setting involved. There's a lot of team activities involved. And we have a couple of, there's a few of us on this call right now where we're trying to go to, new leader conference and things like that. So, this call was definitely important, and it was perfect timing. I want to open it up. I'll give it to Monica first because I know she has something to say. Monica's literally like your biggest fan, and doesn't promise you that. So I'll give it to Monica first, and then I'll open it to anyone else that just wants to share or say anything to Carlos. Because speaking for myself, I know that I needed this definitely to hear this word today. So go ahead, Monica.
Way to put me on the spotlight. Like, wow. Okay, Carlos. So, like always, thank you so much for being on our call. I always appreciate hearing from you and learning from you. And I just love the way that you're so visual with your pictures, because it reminds me of your first call with us when you were showing us the biodome pictures. So it took me way back. I just want to point out something that you said that really just, after everything, really there's two things that really smacked me in the face. One was that you said your friends were ahead of you, and when you least expected it, you saw that they actually waited for you. And I think that as a leader, it's important to know when one of your followers or teammates, or however you want to call it, is needing for you to slow down that rhythm a little bit, to let them know, wait a minute, this is how we can do it together. Because sometimes as leaders, we tend to get involved in our own trainings, our own goals, and our own stuff, that we forget to turn around and look back at the ones that are needing our help the most. And then the other thing is, challengers and clients need and deserve for you to have a routine or rhythm. Like, that hit me, because I don't think I've ever seen it as that they deserve for me to have a routine or rhythm. And I struggle with time management. This is something I've been very vocal about with Melanie and the team. And it's just like, wow, like, not only my challengers, but my coaches and my team, like, they all deserve for me to be able to keep up, have my rhythm and keep up with the rhythm. And I know it could be like a juggle in a way, like a balancing act. But once I get there, this 12-week yearbook is helping me a lot. But I know that once I get there, it'll be, I don't want to say smooth sailing, because nothing's ever easy, but it'll be a lot smoother than the rocky boat that I'm on right now. So again, Carlos, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah, my pleasure, Monica. I really appreciate it. And something interesting was that once again, these guys, they waited for me. Of course, I mean, one of the things that they tell you, we're in Patagonia, it's like Alaska, right? It says, beware of cougars, don't walk around alone, because they can get you and stuff, And so they were concerned because of that, and of course they want to be part of the team so we can have a conversation going as we're walking, right? But what I learned is that we actually go faster when we synchronize. It's not like they slow down. They stopped so I could catch up, and then we basically ran together. It was amazing to me because 15 minutes before, I did not think I could go as fast as they were going. I did not think it. I mean, the rhythm was not in my body, but once I got synchronized with them, we picked it up and we just got on a roll, and we gained momentum. And it was very interesting, because once again, it's like our bodies like this. I'm going to read something to you here in a second, but thanks so much for your comments, Monica. And as I was thinking, people do want and need a rhythm, and we just have to get into it. Thanks again. Anyone else? Any other comments you would like to share with us? Thanks so much again. Well, let me read something to you to conclude. It says, our bodies love rhythms. We thrive on them. Our heartbeats, breath rate, and need for rest are all based on rhythms. Even the need for rest, all based on rhythms that occur naturally in the body. When our body has a rhythm to follow, it doesn't have to work as hard. You get that, guys? When your body has a rhythm to follow, it doesn't have to work as hard. It knows what to do and when to do it. One rhythm that I'm aware of every time is when I run and create this cadence. And it's basically the number of strides that I take per minute. So, well, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. That was an article written by a guy who is I forgot his name, but is a very active a mountain runner. These kinds of crazy guys who go running up the mountain. But yeah. So once again, thanks again, Melanie.
No, thank you for being with us. Does anybody else want to say anything before we let Carlos go? Before we finish the call? No. All right. Well, thank you, Carlos, so much for being with us. Thanks for the reminder. Guys, the way I started this call, I feel like this was perfect because we are this week going to be talking about the team spirit and giving you guys the instructions on how we can all do this together. So super awesome. Thank you, Carlos, for your time tonight. Thank you, ladies, for hopping on, and I will talk to you guys later.
Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.